What's going on, everybody? In this particular stream, I just want to tell y'all that, you can't control most things in life. But what you can control is what you do. The decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis will turn out to be what dictates your future. The decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis will be where your future will go, what will happen to you tomorrow, what will happen to you in 30 minutes. Every decision you make, there's a consequence to it, positive or negative. All you can do in this life is focus on the things that you can control. You can't control anything else, period, and that's facts. All you can do is focus on the things you can control. Life is not that difficult. All right, life is a game, and you gotta know how to play it. Now, as long as you're able to do everything correctly, as long as you're able to make the correct decisions, right, every single day, your life will be so much easier than learning from your own mistakes every time. Instead of learning from your mistakes and repeating the same mistakes in some form every single time, go learn from other people's mistakes that have already been through that. That's what smart people do. They learn from other people's mistakes, not from their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been stories where, this person said, no, I never did drugs because I grew up with a father that was addicted to such and such drug, and they learned from that. They learned from somebody else's experience, from somebody else's situation. You don't need to always be the guinea pig. You don't need to always be the person that has to go through this and mess up and make this mistake over and over again. And you keep bumping your head. Learn from people who already have bumped their heads in the same shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that there's a lot of things you don't need to go through if you can just use your head and learn from other people's mistakes. There's somebody out there always doing worse than you. There's somebody out there that's always made those mistakes that could help you from not making them. There's always people who have made the same mistakes as you have. You know what I'm saying? And you need to breathe life into yourself and stop. Don't focus on death and this death culture and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All we can control is what we do, the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis. They control our future. Everything else is out of our control. So why worry? There's no value, no point in worrying or even thinking about something that you can't control. All you can do is focus on and take action on the things you can control, which is yourself, the decisions you make, the places you go, the people you go with, the people you stick around to, all the decisions you can control. You need to focus only on what you can control. If you do everything, if every move that you make is calculated, and you know what I'm saying? If it's a calculated move and you think before you make any move, and you see the consequences of making that move, making that decision, you see the benefit in not making that decision and making that decision. If you live your life calculated daily with mental and emotional strength, you can become anything you want in this life. You will be a success no matter what happens in this world. Nothing can touch you. Nothing can stop you. And especially when you got faith in God and you make the right decision. Listen, I'm sick of people blaming other people for their problems. You made that mistake. There's some things that people even blame the devil for when it's actually you. You created that. The person at fault is you. You make a decision, a choice, you take action on something, and the action will come back. You do one thing, there's gonna be a fallout. You know what I'm saying? Any action you make sure it's the correct one. Make sure you're making the right moves. You know what I'm saying? You always get that karma. You always get a reaction. With every action, there's an equal opposite, a positive and negative opposite reaction. You understand? With every action, there's a positive and negative reaction. All right? So make sure you're getting all the positive reactions and not being affected by the negative ones, because you're making the right choices. You know, especially like I'm 30 years old. I mean, by this age, I'm young. Even though I'm young, when you're 30 years old, for example, you've been through pretty much everything you'll ever go through again in life, from deaths to trauma to bad relationships to good relationships to seeing what drugs did to that person, to maybe trying them yourself. You mean, you made all these mistakes, you made all these decisions, whether good or bad. So you need to do your best and do whatever you can to not make the same mistake twice. It's easy to say, but believe me, it's hard to do for a lot of people. And you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, you know, over and over again, expecting a different result. Now, I don't believe, you know, everyone does that. They might do the same thing over and over again, but they know there's not going to be a different result. But they're maybe addicted to, for example, if it's a drug, to the high they get, the bad thoughts that they had when they were sober that go away with the drug. So they know they're not going to get a different, they know they're going to get the same results, but, you know, still when you're getting high, you like that feeling that, you know, you're chasing that feeling that you first tried, that you enjoyed for an X amount of reasons. So that's why it's not easy for anybody to just stop taking a drug, because first of all, it does do things that you feel like you need, that takes away certain emotions, certain feelings, certain anxieties that you had, that you're battling to get rid of without those drugs. But by doing something today that your future self will thank you for, that's how you beat any addiction. Because you know that if you continue to do the same thing, you know what I'm saying, you're using the same drug, you're addicted to it, you continue to use, you know that you're going to get nowhere and things are just going to get worse. So by stopping and going through the suffering that you need to go through because you made those decisions that created that effect, so you're going to have to also make the decision to withdraw. You know, stopping anything is difficult, whether it's a drug that's physically addictive, whether it's something that doesn't even go in your system, whether it's even gambling that's mentally addictive. Anything is difficult to stop, and we'll have withdrawals, we'll have difficulties, you might have some mood swings, some problems, you know. So that's why you need to surround yourself with like-minded people that can keep you, that can strengthen you and build you up. That's what you need to focus on. Either if you're with the wrong people, you're better off alone. I don't have any friends, and I am happier than I could ever be. And that was a blessing from God, because whenever I have people, friends, whatever you want to call them, hanging out with these people, you know, with those people, I was just hanging out with a lot of people who were lost just like me. You know what I'm saying? When you're alone, the only person that can influence you is yourself. When you're alone, the only person that can make decisions, mistakes, who can mistakes, people, things that are not mistakes, things that are good, things that are bad. You know, the only person you have to influence you is yourself. You don't have other people over there that muddy the waters, that can influence you negatively, that can, you know, veer you towards this way or veer you towards that. And even if you're with strong people, you want to make sure that you have strength over you being influenced. You don't want to be able to, do not be easily influenced by anything. Know who you are. Know that you don't need nobody to be your best version, and go out in the world and tackle every situation like that. Because I'm telling you, man, a strong person knows what mistakes to make and which ones not to make, and they don't look at other people. A real leader, a true alpha male, they don't look for people to get influenced by. They don't look for nobody's recognition. They demand recognition. They're the ones, they're the leaders, they're the people that people come to for the answers. They're the ones that are seen as having it all together, but nobody has it all together and nobody's perfect. We are all flawed people battling with the flesh, because the battle with the flesh is a battle to the death. All right? Okay? Surround yourself with people that are doing better than you. You know what I'm saying? The majority of your friends, those 4 friends you're with, if they're not making as much money or more money than you got to get some new friends. You need to hang out with only quality people. You know what I'm saying? Misery likes company. Okay? That's what I'm saying. If you're alone right now in life, like me, think about how much of a blessing that actually is. If you don't have kids right now, like me, think about how much God must love you. Because you might think that you're in a bad situation, like all these things are missing, but these things are not missing. How about if you had a woman, she was the wrong one, you went into the relationship the wrong way, because you hadn't fixed yourself and all your issues. You had kids and they were bad kids, and you can't complain about life, bro. Bro, nobody's life is perfect. You could think this is all. You could think that, oh, I'm alone. I don't have any friends. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. And then you could go get one, have kids, have a wife, have all these friends. Your friend could cut your leg off. Your wife could kill your kid and then kill herself. I mean, we're talking, it's like, bro, you don't know what's going to happen. You can't, most of the things in life is out of our control. All we can control is the decisions we make. You don't know what could happen tomorrow, bro. You need to be so grateful every single day for the horrible place that you're in, for the suffering that you're going through, because your life is great. Like, I don't think we realize how much better our life really is than we think. We could be across the water. We could be in prison for life. Do you know how many times God has saved you? I mean, there's people that take one pill, bro. One pill, and they die. There's people that have a rich family, have everything going for them. Generational wealth from their family. They're doing well in school. They're doing everything right. They go out one day, they drink, and they kill 7 people at a bus stop. This kid, he ran over 7 people. I guess he fell asleep at the wheel. He killed 7 people. He has to deal with that, sitting in prison maybe for life. He might not ever get out. A kid with no record, with no ill intentions. I mean, we're talking about, you need to bless your lucky stars. As long as you woke up this morning and took a breath, you're blessed, period. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're under a bridge. I don't care if there's people that are on top of the world right now wanting to jump off of the bitch. There's people that are on top of the world. They have everything they could ever ask for. The riches of this world. Millions. They will never need to work again. They have everything, right? Everything. Access to everything. And they are contemplating if they should jump off the ledge of the huge mansion and end it all. You know what I'm saying? That's how they say money doesn't bring. Like, if you are an addict, if you're an alcoholic and you're broke, when I give you $10 million, when you get rich, what are you gonna do? You're gonna buy as much alcohol as possible. You're a cocaine user. You love cocaine. When you get rich, you will get so much cocaine. You just buy a lot of cocaine. Our problems don't get better with money. Our problems get worse, because that money we will use to feed our negative habits that we did not resolve yet. It's like, I'm over here one day suffering from drug withdrawal, and I'm like, how the F could someone be miserable? They have everything. They're not going through pain. They're not withdrawing from drugs, but they want to kill themselves. It's like, you got to free, because you're not grateful, bro. You forget the pain that you went through. You become soft. You think, you're spoiled, bro. There's people out here in pain that will do anything. just they're struggling from drug addiction or withdrawal, and that they just want to feel well. You know what I'm saying? They're not. They're just, you know, it's a physical addiction that people go through with, like, let's say, opiates and stuff. Like, all they want is, all they care about. They don't give a shit about money, no fame. All they want is to feel okay mentally and physically, to be able to get out of bed, to be able to take care of themselves, to not have the chills, cold sweats, you know, diarrhea, you know what I'm saying? Oh God, feeling like, you know, that bugs are crawling under their skin and stuff. I mean, you got to be grateful for every sip of water. You have to feel the grateful. You have to feel the gratitude. You have to literally, this sip of water, this breath of air that I'm taking, thank you so much, God, for giving me that. If you know, it's like you're complaining about not getting the rims, the Forgiato rims on time on your new Beans. You know what I'm saying? God is tired of that. You're complaining about these things that mean nothing, when someone else out there will do anything for a hug, you know, for what, $1, for a drink of water, to get some sunlight, to be out of that hole, that 24-hour lockdown, that shit, rotting away, drying out in a cell. I mean, bro, get the fuck out of your feelings. You know what I'm saying? You a bitch. I'm being real. Some of you motherfuckers are bitches. You spoiled. You ain't never been through shit. You don't know shit. You're over there depressed, trying to kill yourself just because your Lamborghini didn't come. Your Lamborghini didn't arrive on Tuesday. It arrived on Thursday. You all up in your feelings. Other people are out here suffering. They don't give a shit about a Lamborghini, bro. All they want to do is make sure that their mother is okay, that their cancer goes away, that they're around for their you know, for their children to grow up to see them. You know what I'm saying? We need to be grateful for. We need to like understand what really matters in life, and we need to do everything we can to control whatever we can control, or else you will be out of control, and the world's already out of control always. So you're just you're gonna crash and burn very easily, quickly, and you will suffer. And you know, I have no fear in dying. What I'm afraid of is living and suffering. I've been through drug addiction. That's what I'm afraid of. Suffering as a drug addict, just withdrawing, going through withdrawals like every day because I'm using, and then I'm running out and I'm doing this, and you just feel like shit, but you don't die though. It's literally hell on earth going through drug withdrawal. It's like you feel like shit. You have no energy. You can't sleep. You feel tired, but you can't go to sleep. You can barely move. You're kicking in your bed. You get up, you get down. I mean, the time doesn't go by. I mean, you just want to kill yourself and stuff. And other people over there, they got the riches of the world, but since they don't got their soul, they want to kill themselves because they realize that they made all that money doing something that was negative. They made all that money pushing this medication that caused millions of people to get cancer or overdose. They caused, like, the one guy that created the one guy that he just recently, well, not maybe in the last 6 months or something, he committed suicide. He was the one that created Sweet and Low, the yellow packets, which is poison. That shit is poison. So I guess from his guilt, from understanding that he basically created many people's diseases and early deaths because of the artificial sugar, which is bad for you, and it kills you slowly. He killed himself. The other lady that owns the famous Anne Klein or something, famous wardrobe clothing line. killed herself. And these people had everything. They had everything. They weren't withdrawing. I mean, they had access to everything. You know. Listen, you could have access to everything. You can be super ultra rich and be suffering just as bad as a person under a bridge in drug withdrawal. That's what I'm saying. Okay? Every decision you make has an equal and it has an equal and opposite, a positive and negative reaction in some form. Okay? Make sure you're making the right decisions, guys. All right? That's all we can do. Once you control the decisions you make, and you make the absolute ones that you know are right, that your future self will thank you for, that your future self, that you will see, that you know your future self, you will be stronger in the future, mentally, physically, spiritually. Make those decisions that will make you a better person, a stronger person, a more productive person, a more successful person, a healthier person in the future. Don't make the decisions that you know are leading you to destruction. I love y'all. I hope this, has all I want is to praise the Most High God of Israel. And if I could even reach one person, that's all I care about. One life changed is a million lives changed to me. Reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. I'm a lyricist, woke, spiritual, Bible-believing rapper. I'm changed my profile. I'm a changed man. The spiritual attacks do get much stronger the closer you get to God. That's why you gotta have that spiritual armor of Christ. And remember that you're not alone. They want us to be alone. They're trying to isolate us, but you are never alone. We're all going through this together. There's always somebody right there going through the same thing. And if you need to go online and even go on a website for AA meetings, even if you're not a drug addict, we're all addicted to some type of thing, whether it's food, whether it's anything, even a good addiction. Go out there, find a group, a community where you can talk, relate to people, get that love, get that warmth, okay? Listen to these videos, go out in nature, pray every day, bro. You have to believe in God. If you don't, I don't know how that's gonna work for you. All right, guys. So I love each and every one of you. Make sure to hit the like button if you like what I'm, the content that I'm creating, that I'm pushing out here, and make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm just starting with this, but listen to my videos. You can't go wrong, baby. You can't go wrong. I do this. I don't do this for money. I do this out of my heart, man. I'm doing this, and I just want to help people, man. I want people to really get life-changing results from what I'm telling them, man. All right, it's your boy, Spiritual Socrates, Andres Petrakos, Andre Legacy, all of that. I'm signing out. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Focus on yourself. Peace. God bless y'all.